And oh man, this one. I came across someone I could barely walk anymore. And you know what, Carrie, I trusted you. Oh man, when I was reading this comment, that was the first thing that stood out. I was like, oh God, I hope they had a good result, because they were saying, Carrie, I trusted you. Carnivores don't cry, and I'm bawling all the time now, including right now. This is my purpose in life now, to help other people like this person that could barely walk and was clinically depressed, and now they've turned their life around forever. So I want to inspire you. Carrie here from Homestead How in the Carnivore Diet Documentary. I just hit day 225 of being on the carnivore diet. It's changed my life forever. I'm down 100 pounds since my heaviest. I lost a little bit of that on keto, but most of it on carnivore. I've overcome over a decade of clinical depression and anxiety, which is life-changing alone. And I hear this story over and over and over again from people reversing depression on carnivore diet. IBS, stomach issues. I had my appendix removed, my gallbladder removed. I've had multiple pilonidal cyst excisions, all sorts of stomach issues throughout my entire life. Those are all completely gone. I had arthritis in my back, elbows, and my foot so bad they wanted to do surgery. That's completely gone. One of the most amazing things is my irregular heartbeat that I've had since birth. I've worn heart monitors my entire life, has reversed. My irregular heartbeat I've had my entire life for 43 years is now regular. I say some of these things and people are probably like, this guy's crazy. It's not. And it's not just me. Carnivore is so inspirational. Some of my carnivore videos have really kind of taken off, and I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful for that, because I get comments like this and they're so inspirational. Wake up in the morning and read one of these and getting thousands of comments from people. I have a good friend of mine for 10 years now. He's helping me go through all of this. I used to individually go and answer all of these. I still try to answer most of them. If you're a member of the channel, I try to answer those and read all of those. But I can't keep up anymore. I'm never going to get the documentary done. But my good friend Dan has been helping me go through all of these. So I want to inspire you. I want to inspire you. So I'm going to read some of these for you. I actually have a little album here on my phone. And on this album, I keep all my comments, the ones that really stand out to me. Here we go. Here's one of them. These ones really get me here. So I've done quite a few videos with my friend Jeff, who has stage 4 cancer. And Jeff talks about his fasting regimen and how well he's doing on carnivore and how that's helping his cancer treatments. I have stage 4 cancer. I fast 5 to 7 days every month since April. Currently on day 21. I have remained stable without any conventional medicine. Fasting and prayer. Fast on, my friends. It's saving my life. And there are a lot of us out there thriving on metabolic therapies. Thank you for this video. All the money spent on cancer research, in some cases it's right in front of our faces. This is not an easy way to live. Fasting and diet is very difficult. Carrie, you are correct when you say doctors will never acknowledge this. I'm also on my second 5 out of 21 day fast. Good luck. You're going to feel better than you think. Check me out. That was in response to my fasting video I did. Carrie, you are the reason me and my husband started carnivore. He has had a tendency to never see the good in himself. He was often depressed or on the verge of depression. I always felt that I had to help him overcome this tendency. So honestly, it was a very selfish reason I made him start. Now he is so much happier. Here's another cancer one. My husband has highly aggressive multiple myeloma, incurable blood cancer. He has had extensive treatment, including 3 stem cell transplants with 2 different unrelated donors. He's never reached remission, just stable disease. He went very clean keto in 2018, stopped all chemo in 2019. 2020, had a clean PET scan for the first time since 2008. 2022, he had his second clean PET scan. That has 363 upvotes. Clean PET scan after going keto, very clean keto, and fasting. Amazing. This is from Lori. I'm the caregiver of an 87-year-old grandma who has CHF, AFib, sleep apnea, peripheral neuropathy, and has suffered from severe depression. And then she says severe depression again. And then she says really severe depression, anxiety. Those ones always get me because That's how I would define myself for over 10 years, really severely depressed and anxious. I have placed my grandmother and myself on a ketovore diet for the last 3 days to gradually transition her into carnivore. She hates eating meat, and it's been a struggle to get her to eat any meat for a long time. Let me tell you, though, I already see changes in her in just these few days. Her depression has lightened considerably. Her nightly anxiety attacks have stopped on the very first night, and for the first time in 8 years. Then she says in all caps, 8 years. She's not fighting with me about exercising, but actually taking it upon herself of her own initiative to do some exercises. I haven't even had to say anything. That in and of itself is a freaking miracle. I can't tell you how much of a miracle that is. I can hardly believe it's such a drastic change. Here's another one from Lisa. Carrie, thank you for these videos. Changing lives, mine being one. I have an inoperable brain tumor. And I'm unsure if it's benign as they can't get in to do a biopsy. Long story short, your fasting video on this one is really going to help me turn this around. Thank you, Carrie. I am following your two friends and pray for them. She's talking about Jeff and Ronnie. You seem to be a sensitive person like myself. I am. Carnivores don't cry, and I'm bawling all the time now, including right now. She said, you seem to be a sensitive person like myself, and you are being so resilient doing these interviews as it's hard when you are an empath. It's hard when you are an empath. Those words are very true. I've always had a lot of empathy for people. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. It's just the way I am. A lot of times I don't want any empathy. I'm so thankful and happy for this, but reading a lot of these comments, man, it's an emotional toll. It takes a toll after a while reading all of these. I'm so thankful for it, but I really appreciate these words because she hit it on the head. She said, you seem to be a sensitive person like myself, and you seem to be very empathetic. I know when I watch, it's hard as it is so sad, but I want to support them. Thank goodness for carnivore and fasting. Thank you so much for that comment, Lisa. Here's another cancer one. I've done quite a few videos with my friend Jeff. This was one I did with Jeff and Ronnie. It was called She Beat Stage 4 Cancer. Hope! He is using carnivore fasting and more to fight his cancer. That was the title of the video. This is from My Ketonic Life. 2 weeks ago, I was just diagnosed with 2 forms of breast cancer. 2 days ago, and although I've gone through different emotions in the last 2 days, now that I have told my children and my brother and my boss and my coworkers, I feel I'm ready to regroup and get going on carnivore full time. I have been doing ketovore on and off for the past 3 months, but think I need to cut out the added carbs and stick to beef and butter. My friend sent me this video you did, Carrie. I told her I was happy to see this and that I do follow both of your channels now. I'm watching this now. Thank you for putting these videos up. This was on my 5-day water fast I did in solidarity with my friend Jeff, who's going through stage 4 cancer. The title of my video was, I drank only water for 4 days. Here's what happened. This is from Vicky. She said, today I reached my weight loss goal, 100 pounds. The last 5 months on carnivore, it's taken 30 years of yo-yo dieting. I just want to say something real quick. I'm going to interrupt Vicky's comment. It's taken 30 years of yo-yo dieting. I didn't go 30 years. I went 15 years of yo-yo dieting. And I've gotten down to almost this weight before. Not quite. I'm at 162 now. I was at 185 at one point, which was incredible, starting at 262 down to 185. Gained it all back, and then some. And then I lost a lot of it again, and then I gained it all back. I did that yo-yo over and over again. And why? Because of dishonest people. People that maybe mean well. Because of the word moderation. Because I thought I lost all my weight and I could eat in moderation. The truth of the matter is, I was a sugar addict. I was addicted to the standard American diet. And to be able to say, I lost all this weight going off of sugar, and now I can just have a little bit in moderation is insane. People get pissed off at me when I say that. I don't care. I'm saying it for Vicky. I'm saying it for myself. I'm saying it for my friend Bill. Shout out Bill, too. If you didn't see his latest video, go check that out. He just posted it yesterday. Bill's losing an incredible amount of weight on carnivore diet. Now, if he reads comments like people's just saying, oh, now, Bill, you can go in moderation. Imagine the Bill goes through all of this incredible amount of effort it's taking to lose all of this weight. And then he goes into moderation and gains it all back because people say just eat in moderation and a balanced diet. No, the truth matters. The truth is, we're addicted to sugar. The entirety of humanity is addicted to sugar and the standard American diet. I'm willing to admit it. I'm a recovering sugar addict. I'm never having it again. I've been sober from the standard American diet and sugar for 225 days, and I'm never going back. And if someone tells you once you lose all your weight just to go in moderation, I caution you, my friend, to really do your research and think about if that's true or not. What was the problem? And why are you no longer fat? And why are you no longer having those intense sugar cravings anymore? And is it wise to go back to those? Sorry, Vicky, I interrupted you here. So she said, I just had to say that because when she talks about the yo-yo dieting, it's such a painful thing. You lose all that weight and you're so happy and then you gain it all back. 30 years of yo-yo dieting, but once I found carnivore, it was serious discipline. I went from 215 pounds to 149 pounds. That is 66 pounds in the last 30 years. And then in May of this year, I started carnivore and I went from 149 down to 115. I didn't start carnivore for weight loss, but to clear up some other health issues I was struggling with. Not only were those issues resolved, but the added benefit of weight loss makes this success so much sweeter. Carrie, you were a great inspiration and you kept me going. Carrie, you were a great inspiration and you kept me going. Thank you. Ooh, I'm gonna just start bawling. I get these comments all the time and I'm just bawling like a baby all the time. Carrie here for the Carnivore Diet Movie, and thank you so much for watching our YouTube videos and listening to our podcast. It's because of you and your support that we're able to do this Carnivore Diet documentary. We're making great progress, and I'm not going to stop until we reach millions of people. But we still need to raise more funds in order to film this properly to the level needed to get it on one of these big streaming services. So we're asking for your help. If you would, please visit www.carnivoredietmovie.com, and once you're there, you can sign up for free to our email newsletter. And once a week, we'll be sending out updates behind the scenes. We'll tell you about new meetups. We'll give you special invites and things like that. Completely free. Sign up there. The other thing you can do at the website is purchase our little portable travel size Redmond salt shaker with a keychain holder. People have been loving these. We offered them on our 24-hour live stream. You can purchase these right on the website, and every proceed, every penny that we get from profit goes right towards the Carnivore Diet documentary. And the other thing we have there are the water bottles and the cutting boards. They're completely customizable and you can engrave them. Every penny from those goes to support the Carnivore Diet documentary. You can also link on over to the GoFundMe. That's where we'll get the most bang for your buck is there. So please visit www.carnivoredietmovie.com. Thank you. I remember when I was name drop here, when I was able to talk to Dr. Barry, I said I might start crying during this. And I jokingly said to him, trying to break the tension, carnivores don't cry. And he said, he did the Dr. Barry figure. He said, Carrie, actually carnivores do cry. They're very in touch with their emotions, and it's a good thing. Here's another cancer one. This is from Andrew. I'm having basal cell carcinoma removed from my chest in 6 weeks. This video inspired me to cut the cookies out before then. BBBE, thank you for inspiring me. This was on the cancer video. This is Jeff, my friend Jeff, that's inspiring so many people. I said this to Jeff the other day. The videos you're doing, you may think of them as like a little ripple in the ocean. Those, my friend, are going to turn into a big wave, and you're helping so many people. Jeff is bravely sharing his battle with stage 4 cancer and his regimen and what's working with him. My goodness, Jeff is a freaking fighter and an amazing person. Vivi B. Carnivore. I was at a very weak moment today with carnivore, basically trying to convince myself it wasn't worth it. Life is too short not to eat the ice cream, I was telling myself. Then, Carrie, I listened to you and your daughter Emma, and you inspired me to keep moving forward. I'm 66 years old, and I've only been doing carnivore for 40 plus days. It's going to take me time, but thank you so much for sharing your videos with us and your experience with us. Oh man, here's some more. Comment. This was a comment on a YouTube video. Carrie, you have saved me. I had a heart attack and blood clots in February, and I've been off of work. I went back last week, and I was so strong in my performance. I'm a waitress, and I have to haul heavy trays all night long, and I have mounds of meds that I don't use, so I'm so glad I didn't go the Social Security route and just marinate in my sickness. Started carnivore, and it's changed everything. Carrie, I'm a 56-year-old male, very unhealthy sugar-laced diet until I saw your 30-day update video. I started July 1st. I'm down 40 pounds and counting. No arthritis pain in my right hip and left knee. My blood pressure is down. No more teeth pain. If this is not a miracle, then I don't know what is. I no longer wish I would just die. I want to live! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Tomorrow is my day 49, 7 weeks. I don't know how much weight I'm down because I haven't owned a scale in years. I will say though, I feel amazing now. For the first time, my knees and elbows don't ache anymore. I'm starting to see muscle tone again. I trimmed my belt down 2 inches and I'm about to punch the 3rd new hole in my belt. Carrie, you are a large part of why I'm carnivore now. Thank you. My progress has brought my wife to carnivore too. Keep up the good eating, brother, and know that I am too. There's another one. Both of you, Carrie, and I think this was Emma, have helped change my life. I'm feeling so much better now. I've lost 50 pounds. I went from 235 down to 185, my high school weight. Lowered my high blood pressure, lost my belly fat, and my testosterone went way up. My stomach problems are gone. My vision has improved. My energy has skyrocketed. I am never tired and my sleep is great. My depression is gone. I am so much happier now. Man. Oh, I love this one. This is from Morning Walk. This one came an hour ago. This is a recent one. Feeling like a human! Exclamation point. Now that right there is the statement. Oh, this was a good one. Feeling like a human. Now that right there is the statement that is exactly what Carnivore Diet does. I did a video a couple days ago, and in the video I said, I feel like a proper human. And now this person, Morning Walk, is saying, yes, feeling like a human. Now that right there is the statement that is exactly what Carnivore Diet does. Lost over 50 pounds, 5 months in. Lost clinical depression, anxiety, host of medical issues, and feel happy. For what it was, that's miracle territory. That's all in caps. Just turned 67 years old, and I know I have entered a new era of my life. Your life is just starting at 67. Thank you for your videos. I came across them when I could hardly walk anymore. And you know, oh man, this one. I came across them when I could barely walk anymore. And you know what, Carrie? I trusted you. Oh, man. When I was reading this comment, that was the first thing that stood out. I was like, oh, God, I hope they had a good result because they were saying, Carrie, I trusted you. Oh, man, I'm sorry. Pull myself together here. I could hardly, this one resonates with me so much because when I started carnivore, I could hardly walk. I had inflammation so bad in my toe, they were going to do surgery on it. This person sounds very similar to me. I'll have to grab some tissue here. Thank you for your videos. I came across them when I could hardly walk anymore. And you know what? I trusted you, Carrie. And then came along Dr. Barry. And voila, here we are. Yes, it was difficult to begin with, but I found the most amazing carnivore community. They are so helpful. Much love to you all. And yes, feeling like a human. I live my life with a smile and meat on my plate, exclamation point, big heart. Oh man. This is the one that inspired me to do this video. I was with Jen yesterday. We had our date night. We went out, had a little dinner together, did a little shopping, and this comment, and I tried to stay off my phone during that time. We had a little downtime, and this one popped up. And I saw those words, I trusted you. And I'm like, man, this is just an incredible, this whole YouTube thing was, I'm going to do one video on my 30-day update. And I was like, this is just incredible. And then I started getting comments like this. And I'm like, how can I not do another video? Because my results keep getting better and better too. So then I did another video. And then I started getting more comments like this. And when someone says, I trusted you, it's an incredible responsibility. And it turned into a fun video to a responsibility to, this is my purpose in life now, to help other people like this person that could barely walk and was clinically depressed, and now they've turned their life around forever. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back. I'm just trying to show how powerful carnivore is. And if you're doing it and you share your own voice, like this person's doing it now. And imagine the example they're setting to their friends and family and loved ones. I've said it before, it's this crazy ripple effect. I'm doing carnivore, my mom is, my stepdad is, Emma is, my daughter Lily is. Both of my sisters are doing it, and my goodness, my older sister, who has struggled with horrible depression, horrible mental health issues. She called me up the other day, and again, after the call, I started tearing up again because I thought she was calling me to say, I can't do it anymore, Carrie. It's too hard. I can't do it anymore. It's too difficult. No, she told me the opposite. She feels better than she has her entire life. Her mental health is improving. Her energy is improving, and she sent me a picture. She's at the gym now. The weight's dropping off, which is what she did this for, but all of these other things are happening. And now my sister is a shining example, and 10 other people are going to see it, and 10 other people are going to see this example. This thing is spreading like wildfire. It's just amazing. What other way of life or diet or anything have you seen that does this? Weight Watchers? Anything you seeing like this? No. This is incredible. Oh man, this one too. Here we go. Hi, my name's Anthony. I'm stage 4 cancer patient who failed and quit chemo treatment in January of 2023. That's this year. Chemo actually made my cancer growth worse and multiplied during the 130 days of treatment. By the way, this is for Jeff. This was a comment on Jeff's video. Shout out and all credit to my friend Jeff DeProsperous. Blessings on my journey. I'll leave a link in the description below. This man is inspiring people. This comment is for Jeff. The video that we did together because Jeff was brave to share his story. Chemo actually made my cancer growth worse and multiplied during the 130 days of treatment. I had surgery in July of 2022 to remove one huge tumor out of my stomach and lost a third of my stomach roughly. Anyways, by that point, the cancer had already spread to the liver. A little over a month ago, a friend told me about blessings on my journey with Jeff DeProsperous. This is you, Jeff. A little over a month ago, a friend told me about blessings on my journey with Jeff DeProsperous. I started the carnivore diet ASAP. Jeff, this guy never would have started carnivore if it wasn't for your channel. He didn't find Carrie's channel. He didn't find Homestead How. He found blessings on my journey with Jeff. And I told you, Jeff, that's what's going to happen. Your story, stage 4 cancer, your regimen, that's going to resonate with people like people that have stage 4 cancer like this guy. My story never would have resonated with him. Bill's story may not have resonated with him, but your story did. That's why it's so important to share these individual examples. That's the whole reason I'm doing the Carnivore Diet Documentary. We have to share these documented examples. Individual examples are going to inspire a lot of different individuals. I'm so happy to read this from my friend Jeff. Jeff saw this too and was just made his day, to say the least. A little over a month ago, my friend told me about blessings on my journey with Jeff DeProsperous. I started Carnivore Diet ASAP. Believe it or not, I just had a scan done and it showed a 2.2 centimeter shrinkage already in one of my liver tumors. Plus, I haven't felt this amazing in years. I'm so grateful for blessings on my journey, Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Anthony Chafee, and the Carnivore Diet. Besides the cancer, besides all of these other things, he says his cancer has shrunk. We're not saying this is necessarily a cure for cancer, but one of the things that I'm seeing and learning from Jeff is it's certainly improved his life. And that's what this gentleman is saying too. I haven't felt this amazing in years. As he has stage 4 cancer, he hasn't felt this amazing in years. I got to shout him out one more time. Jeff DeProsperous, blessings on my journey, but also Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Anthony Chafee. If not for these good doctors sharing the truth, I never would have started carnivore. I was inspired by Dante from Frig No Freedom, but I still thought he was a crazy man. I thought he was an outlier. It wasn't until I found Dr. Baker, Dr. Barry, I watched so many of his videos, and then Dr. Chafee, and then all these other doctors, Dr. Hampton, Dr. Kiltz. I just went down the rabbit hole, but I never would have started without these doctors sharing the truth. You see some of the stuff they're talking about, you're like, oh my God, everything I've ever known is just completely opposite of the truth. I read that one already. All right, here we go. Oh man, this was on the video I did with Rena from 5 Minute Body. Carrie, I used to say Dr. Barry saved my life now, but now I say Dr. Barry and Carrie man saved my life. No more lifetime depression, no more diabetes. I'm 61 and I feel like I'm 30. Thank you, sir. You are a great mensch. My goodness. This person I'm never going to meet says, I used to say that Dr. Barry saved my life, but now I say Dr. Barry and Carrie Mann saved my life, exclamation point. No more lifetime depression. Man, it's these people, I wish I could just give them a hug and meet them. Some of them, maybe some of them I'll meet at the meetup in Chicago. We're going to do more meetups across the country, but here's another one. Dante and Carrie are saving my life, exclamation point. I stumbled upon them both 3 months ago. I am now down 46 pounds. I started a new job where I have to remember a script. I'm on epilepsy meds, so I have a terrible memory. Ankle pain has been gone for 2 months. I love you guys. Love you too, sir. Love you too. Oh, shout out my good friend, who I'm going to be meeting soon. Who's your carnivore? This one touched me too. My friend Jeff DeProsperous, I mentioned several times, stage 4 cancer, does 5-day fasts. He's just hit his 32nd round of doing a 5-day, drinks only water, does chemo, and then does strict carnivore after that. And one of the times I said, I'm going to do this with you, Jeff. I'm going to go 5 days. I'm going to do a water-only fast. And it was amazing. Well, I announced that I wanted to do it. It would be a fun YouTube experiment. I know fasting is incredibly good for you. I know humans have done that since the start of time. So I'm like, why can't I do it too? Let's do it. So I announced it. I didn't intend for this to happen, but then Brett, who's an awesome individual, Who's Your Carnivore, shout out, link in the description below. I'm going to be meeting this gentleman in person in Chicago. He said, I'll do it too, 5-day water fast. I've recently been doing a weekly 48-hour fast from Sunday dinner to Tuesday dinner, but after seeing this video, I will extend it out and I'll do a 5-day fast carry alongside you and Jeff. I'm a big fan of fasting and I would encourage it. And that set off a flurry. I saved this one in here because I thought it was so cool. Like immediately Jeff's like, I'm doing it too. I'm going to not eat anything and just drink water for 5 days because Jeff's doing it and you're doing it, Carrie. And then a whole bunch of other individuals did the same. Bill Not included, fasted as well. It's incredible. Just incredible. Oh, here's a little quote. I was going to do this in a video and I wrote this down. You know, it's something crazy with carnivore. The brain works differently. It's a different subconscious level. I don't know what it is. In the mornings in particular, when I wake up and I'm fasted, man, my brain is going good. I often write things down. I wrote this one down. I always have this quote. When you become carnivore, you're in total control and you're the captain of your own ship for the first time. This was kind of along that, but I just wanted to read this quick. I got this. It's in a folder. Most people are passengers in their own lives, steered by desires and distractions, never realizing the beauty of being 100% human. To truly live, one must be the captain of their own ship, anchored in the present, free from the chains of unnecessary wants. So, I don't know. That was a little thought, a little quote. I don't know. It's so true to me. I started carnivore to lose weight, but I became the captain of my own ship, in complete control of my own life, and then all of these other things fixed. And there is something to be said for being the captain of your own ship and being in control. I went 43 years of my life never being in control, never captaining my own ship. I was at the whim of my food or whatever pleasures there would be or all of these unnatural things in my life. No more. I'm in complete control now. And there's something to be said for it. I got a picture of Bill here when he got his. You probably aren't going to be able to see that, but that's a picture of Bill when his beef came in. Thank you to the carnivore community for all their donations on his GoFundMe that allowed him to get that meat. That was incredible. Speaking of Bill Not, this is in my folder too. This was when Bill emailed me back. If you don't know the whole Bill Not story, you're missing out. Go check out Bill Not on YouTube. I'll leave a link in the description for that too. But this was Bill's email to me when he finally saw my video. He left me this long comment. I'm 700 pounds, stuck in my house for 4 years. And then for like 2 weeks, I responded to his comment. I gave him my email address. I wanted to help him. I wanted to reach out to him. He never got back to me. And then I did an entire video. And the title of the video was 700-pound man from Alaska. Bill, watch this. Well, he watched it and then he emailed me. And then we emailed back. He said, wow, you know what? I really have to apologize. I just took a closer look. And he saw that video and then he emailed me. And he said, I'm so happy to hear from you. And he said, the carnivore community is amazing. And then I said back to him, and then he said to me, Carrie, please update your video and let people know that we finally got in touch. He said, I've been overwhelmed reading all of these comments all day long. He said, I really look forward, Carrie, to talking to you on Monday. That was the first time we talked on the phone, was that Monday. I am 100,000% doing carnivore long term. If the last couple days and these interactions with you and the people on YouTube weren't a sign from God in my most desperate hours, then I don't know what is. Bill Not, ladies and gentlemen, Bill Not. Here's one that came to me on Instagram recently. Hey, Carrie, I'm sending you a massive thank you for changing my life. I'm day 90 on carnivore, and I owe a lot of my success to your YouTube channel. You've given me hope. You've given me information. You've given me determination to stick to this diet on my lowest days. I am a 29-year-old paramedic who lives in Australia, all the way across the globe. I have 10 years in history of binge eating. I've always exercised and lift weights since being carnivore. I've been able to strip back a lot of the fat and reveal the hard-earned muscles I've been building over the years. But the best part is my mind is finally at peace. I am calmer, I am happier, and I feel no restrictions whatsoever anymore. Thank you for putting out all this amazing content. It's a fly that's driving me insane. Carnivores don't get driven insane. I'm choosing to be driven insane by that fly. I could choose to just let it buzz in my ear and not let it bother me. That's the Stoic philosophy, by the way. Carrie, this was on a Facebook comment. Carrie, I just wanted to say thank you so much for what you do. After watching a live video with you and Sean, shout out Sean, Intentional Carnivore, I decided to try the carnivore thing for 1 week. He said try for 30 days. I'm not that strong of a person. I can't do anything for 30 days. That wasn't until you challenged us to give it a try, and I figured I'll give it 1 week. By day 3 of carnivore, I was starting to notice, and I said, whoa. My mind is starting to clear up, and by day 4, my mental fog was gone. And I was starting to mentally feel great, and that's when I immediately decided I'm going 30 days. Today is my 30-day mark full-on carnivore. Thank you for your inspiration, because 30 days ago, I became the captain of my own ship. I'm off all my medications. Man, I got to get an update on that one. Oh, I'm not going to read this whole one. This is the OG original. This was Bill's comment. I'll just read a little bit of it. Hi, I'm from Wasilla, Alaska. I turned 56 last month. I'm morbidly obese, over 700 pounds. I am bedridden, and I had to have a toilet installed next to my bed a couple of years ago. I've reached the end of the line. That line got me. And if I don't make drastic changes, I won't be in this world much longer. My body is telling me that. My dreams at night are telling me that. And then he says about 6 years ago, he found Dr. Berg, and he did a keto diet around 50 carbs per day, and he had a lot of success, but he gained all the weight back. Been there, my friend. He talks about his love for the outdoors in Alaska, wildlife photography, fishing, hiking, partaking in all the wonders of Alaska. It's been, and this is the part that really got me, this is way down at the bottom of the comment too, it's been 4 years since I've actually been outside. My life now is looking through the window. He found my carnivore video, and he decided something resonated with him, so he left me this comment. Changed my life forever, because he's my new best friend now. Shout out to Bill Not too. If you guys didn't see he's struggling right now. He's had some numbness. I'm not going to give away all the details, because you should go watch his video, and you should go support him on his channel. Bill Not, link in the description below. We're thinking about you, Bill. Lots of love. You say the word, my friend. No cameras. I told him this yesterday. We were chatting. I will gladly, I love Alaska too, but I want to support my friend. It's a 6-hour flight, and I checked the flights yesterday. There's 2 or 3 of them in the next 3 days. You say the word, and I'm going to be there to help you out. And with no cameras. There's no price. I just want to help you. It would be great to capture that and put it in the documentary, but I've told you this, Bill, from the beginning. The documentary is second to your health and your well-being. The documentary doesn't matter. You getting healthy and your well-being is what matters. We can always document that after. It's unconditional love, my friend. If you need me to come out there, I will do it in a second. I would love to do it. Anyways, this is a new comment from Eddie. Hi, my name is Eddie. You have helped me to change my life forever. I was 470 pounds, was intermittent fasting. I maybe lost 40 pounds, but I was still miserable, and I was hateful. I had agoraphobia. That's when you don't want to leave the house. All my meals brought to me. I wouldn't even come out of my man cave. Bad moods, depression, and my wife nearly left me. I saw your video talking about how your depression went away, so that was the selling point for me. This guy trusted me to try to give it Well, that was been 62 days ago. I'm down 122 pounds from my heaviest. I was 354.4. So thank you so much. 475 was the heaviest, down to 354, down 122 pounds since its heaviest. I know you're busy, but if you ever want to reach out and talk, here's my number. Thank you so much, Carrie. Keep changing lives. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you, Eddie, for sharing that. Cecilia, this was 4 hours ago. You are changing my life. A month and a half ago, I was taking antidepressants, codeine for migraines, and Ritalin for ADHD, and I'm only 25 years old. I started eating animal-based, and I was able to quit all my meds without any side effects, and now, because of you, I'm going full carnivore. That came through 4 hours ago. Oh, this was a cool one. This was a while back. Hey, Carrie, you and your daughter ought to have a look at Dr. Chafee's interview with a woman named Maggie, who's a rancher from Alberta, Canada. She's been carnivore over 50 years. She loves animals and is very passionate about ranching. Yeah, this was a good tip, Giselle. Thank you. I have since done exactly that, and I just got back from filming Maggie for a week, and she's one of the most incredible individuals and carnivores I've ever met, and a testament to being a proper human. She's been a proper human longer than anyone, maybe on the planet. She's an amazing individual, thriving. I can't wait to share her story in the documentary. Sneak peek preview. There's one point where she takes her flannel shirt off. She has the tank top on under it, and she flexes. She's ripped. 82 years old, blonde hair, ripped, and one of the smartest, wisest, quickest people I've ever met in my entire life. I gained so much wisdom from a couple days spent with her. A lifetime of wisdom gained. And she is so sharp, and I had to keep reminding myself over and over again, this isn't a 42-year-old you're talking to, Carrie. This is an 82-year-old woman that is jumping over fences, climbing over fences, lifting these huge, heavy fence panels up, riding tractors, chucking firewood like it's nothing, and running around, and she sometimes works. This isn't an exaggeration. She says when the farm calls for it and the cows need it, we'll sometimes go 30 hours straight without sleeping. And she's working the entire time. At 82 years old. Thank you for this comment, Giselle. I listened. Man, so I could do this for hours. If you guys like this kind of stuff, we can do more. One thing that's in common with a lot of these comments are people just want their stories to be heard, and they want to share it because you're like, I suffered so long and I didn't need to. It was completely unnecessary, and they want to get it off their chest, and they want to help other people, and it's some form of therapy. I don't know what it is, but I get this intense urge from a lot of people that, like, listen, I just want to share my story. Jeff DeProsper's too. So those are some inspirational comments. Those are the truth about carnivore. Now, the skeptics will say, that's all anecdotal. That's great. Well, at what point isn't it anecdotal? I've had 5 million views on my carnivore videos in the last 5 months. Over 1 million views per month. Tens of thousands of comments like this. Is it still anecdotal when it's 10,000 comments? What about when it's 1 million? When is it no longer anecdotal? I heard the great Dr. Jordan Peterson say this, who, of course, his reach is, 1,000 times more than mine? That guy reaches millions and millions of people, and he's arguably one of the smartest people on the entire planet. He's been carnivore lion diet version for over 5 years now. He said the same thing. He said people keep saying it's anecdotal. He gets thousands and thousands of questions, comments, I should say, and testimonials just like this, thousands of them. And he said, when is it no longer anecdotal? It's now a hypothesis that needs to be looked into more. Everyone I know that does carnivore, I've never heard someone do carnivore and they're like, I gained a bunch of weight and it did nothing for me. I've never heard that. The only thing I've ever heard is like, oh, it took me longer than you. And then usually I'll investigate, and it's people that they're still eating cheese and drinking coffee and having fruit or nuts on the weekends. It's incredible what carnivore can do for you. I'll end the video with this. If you're thinking about doing carnivore, I'm not telling you eat the way I eat, do what I want, eat the proper human diet. I'm just saying, look what it's done for me and all of these people. If you're miserable, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, you shouldn't be. I am a proper human. I am the example of what a proper human. I have zero fear in my life. That isn't boasting or bragging. That is the truth. I have zero anxiety. I'll get up in front of a group of 100 people and talk. I would have literally killed myself prior. People have said this. They would rather die than public speaking. That was me. I used to dread getting on phone. I have zero anxiety. I have zero depression. I'm a proper human. I'm full of energy. My default state is smiling. I don't toss and turn. I don't need this CPAP machine anymore with a big mask on my face. Is that what a proper human would need? A mask to breathe? Is that proper? Does a proper human need medication to get through the day because they're riddled with fears? That's not a proper human. If you have aches and pains and ailments, and every time you eat something you feel like crap, and your stomach is gurgling and bubbling, and you're farting all day long, that is not a proper human. I have none of that. I'm on no medications. Why? Because I return to natural. What the entirety of humanity is doing now is a departure from natural. These aren't even foods that humanity is eating. You go in the grocery store, 99% of the stuff in the grocery store is not food. It's not food. It is waste. We're putting all of our time into making money, taking that money, giving it to the grocery store, so they then give us garbage and waste that we put in our body. And what does it do? Your body craps it all out because it's waste. It goes in and it's out, it's waste. You're taking all your money and you're throwing it in the toilet, but you're doing more than that. You're doing harm because your body has to process all of that. All these people that eat that garbage, they're like, I'm so tired all the time. I got depression. I can't sleep at night. Well, gee, I wonder why. My body, I put meat in. It's like, oh, there's meat again. Oh, great. I got all this nutrient and fat that my body's been deprived of this whole time. Now my body gets that fat. My cholesterol goes up. My hormones balance. My depression goes away. My sleep improves and my testosterone goes through the roof because I'm now a natural human giving my body what it needs. I sleep great. I'm not napping. I'm not tired and fatigued all the time like people are on the standard American diet. You're putting all that garbage in your body, and then for hours your body's like, what the hell is this? What is a Dorito? What is this neon green Diet Mountain Dew you're putting in my body? Now I got to process ice cream too? Is this poison that you're putting in here? Do I need to, does the immune system need to go on effect? Is this a sickness? Is this a parasite? Thousands of ingredients your body doesn't need, and your body's processing it all day, and then you'll wonder why you're tired? It's insanity. You have probably escaped from natural if you're watching this and you're feeling like garbage. And you probably think eating meat is only crazy. It's not crazy. What you're doing is crazy. The standard American diet is the biggest fad diet of all time. Since the introduction of the standard American diet and since the government started pushing it in the 80s with the food pyramid, heart disease, cancers, diabetes, everything is going through the roof as people have adopted the standard American diet. But I'm the crazy one for not wanting to eat fruit, which, by the way, fruit is genetically modified candy at this point. You take it, if you're diabetic, good luck. It's going to spike your insulin. Your blood sugar is going to go through the roof. And it's not even natural. Fruit isn't natural anymore. I'll tell you what, for 225 days, I've had zero fruit. I've had zero vegetables. I'm healthier than I have been my entire life. I've had my blood work done. It's better than I've ever been in my entire life. My irregular heartbeat's gone. My depression, anxiety's gone. My sleep's gone. I'm down 100 pounds. I used to stand up and nearly faint because I have a low ejection fraction and an irregular heartbeat. Irregular heartbeat is gone. I stand up now. I don't get dizzy anymore, which I have my entire life. I stand up now. I could run outside and run a marathon right now. I could lift weights. I could go do 20 pull-ups without a problem. I couldn't do one before. By every measure, I'm 1,000 times better than I was before. And I've had zero fruit and zero vegetables. I haven't cheated once on carnivore in 225 days. Beef, salt, water, a little bit of chicken here and there, some fish maybe once a month. I have had nothing but carnivore. I haven't had any coffee. I haven't had any cheese. I haven't had any nuts. I didn't say, oh, I got to eat a little bit of berries here or there. I've had nothing. And I am, by every account, you could have 1,000 doctors here examine me before and after, and I guarantee you, not one of them could truthfully say, I am nothing but 1,000 times better than before. Explain that to yourself when you're scared to start carnivore because you can't have your fruit anymore. Fruit's a joke. Humans have eaten like I eat since the start of time. They'd go out in the woods, they'd hunt a big animal, they'd feast on that meat and that fat, and they would thrive with smiles on their faces, and then they'd maybe have to fast until they could find another animal. Maybe once in summer for 3 weeks when you get some wild berries, they'd have a handful of berries. But other than that, it was almost entirely meat, and they thrived. And it wasn't until the standard American diet and all this fruit and processed food and garbage that all of these health issues are just going through the roof, and everyone you look at is obese and depressed and fatigued, and they're no longer human. They're transforming themselves into zombies. I'm a proper human. That's the standard American diet, the greatest fad diet of all time. Carnivore isn't a fad diet. Carnivore is what people have eaten since the start of time. And it's changed my life forever. It's changed all of these people's lives forever. And it's going to continue to change more lives. And it's my mission and it's my purpose in life now. Not to say you do carnivore, you eat the way I eat, but to show the examples of this and let people make their own decisions. So I hope this video helped inspire you. And thank you so much for watching. Carrie here for the Carnivore Diet Movie, and thank you so much for watching our YouTube videos and listening to our podcasts. It's because of you and your support that we're able to do this Carnivore Diet Documentary. We're making great progress, and I'm not going to stop until we reach millions of people. But we still need to raise more funds in order to film this properly to the level needed to get it on one of these big streaming services. So we're asking for your help. If you would, please visit www.carnivoredietmovie.com, and once you're there, you can sign up for free to our email newsletter. And once a week, we'll be sending out updates behind the scenes. We'll tell you about new meetups. We'll give you special invites and things like that. Completely free. Sign up there. The other thing you can do at the website is purchase our little portable travel size Redmond salt shaker with a keychain holder. People have been loving these. We offered them on our 24-hour live stream. You can purchase these right on the website, and every proceed, every penny that we get from profit goes right towards the Carnivore Diet Documentary. And the other thing we have there are the water bottles and the cutting boards. They're completely customizable, and you can engrave them. Every penny from those goes to support the Carnivore Diet Documentary. You can also link on over to the GoFundMe. That's where we'll get the most bang for your buck is there. So please visit www.carnivoredietmovie.com. Thank you.